2018 GSL Season 3. This is Rockshear.
Break it down. Boom. Yeah. We got 2 players. Let's get rid of one of them. I don't want him anymore. We don't have enough round of 16 spots. We got to drop one of these players
immediately.
Out.
Who shall it be? Bunny.
Or
RagnaroK. Indeed.
Yes! Yes! Good! So this is Bunny versus RagnaroK. And the winner has to go up against TY. This truly is the GSL of hell.
It is indeed. One of these nerds about to be sent to Rockshear, shortly thereafter the other to be sent to Rockshear.
Okay, Acid Plant's going to be game 1. Bunny's had some ups and downs. RagnaroK had a very bumpy game against Trap, but so did everybody else who faced him before he escaped to the round of 16. Let's do this and get rid of one of these players.
Match 1. Fight. Titan EX1, Bunny. Storm Gaming, RagnaroK.
Now's your chance, RagnaroK. We had named this GSL the RagnaroK season. Not because of you, but we like the word, but...
RagnaroK, isn't that where, like, all the dead gods go or something like that?
I actually don't know. I'm not even gonna...
It's the best Thor movie. Thor Ragnarok. Nate's probably watching that right now and said GSL. Yeah. Of course, these guys used to be teammates on CJ. Now on Titan EX1 and Storm Gaming, respectively. What do you think, Tassels? Who wins this one?
I think Bunny does.
Really?
I really do.
Well, I really think RagnaroK wins.
Well, this is a fight to the death then between you and me as well, Artosis. Yeah. Tasis versus Artosis.
The caster whose player loses has to leave with the player.
That's right. That's fine.
Actually, I shouldn't say that. RagnaroK will probably lose. And then you'd be like, why is she still
get out
here?
Here? I'll take it from here, Artosis. Yeah, let's see how this game looks. I mean, Bunny did look pretty strong. The other problem is that if Bunny wins, I don't know how Bunny beats TY TVT.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone beats TY at anything unless they make a proxy gateway.
Yeah, kind of weird that TY didn't get out first. That was one of the only things I was completely sure about it of all the groups that we had.
To be honest, when you get a player the level of Trap, if he's bringing in a completely new strategy with like really well mapped out branches to it, like we saw from Trap,
yeah,
that player gains the advantage. Really, like I mean, the difference in skill between Trap and TY, there probably is a difference there, but I don't think it's enough to cover up if someone's bringing in a better strategy, a better build that the other player is not ready for, you know?
Yeah,
it's not like TY's sitting there grinding against the 2-gate with the proxy oracle into a massive stalker bust, you know, and he's, you know, it's very clear that Trap really had that well tuned, so I don't find it too surprising. But I think that if he were to not get out, that would be incredibly surprising to TY. That is.
Well, if he doesn't get out, that's like... I mean, round of 32 specifically, if TY doesn't get out, that's like the biggest upset we've had.
Yeah, if he doesn't get out of the round of 16, I normally get a bit confused
we already
as well.
We had Beyond taken out in the round of 32, but I thought it was more realistic for that group, you know?
Yeah. Definitely, you're right about that. Like, that group in particular was kind of a tough one, too. But TY is, like, almost always in the round of 8, even, you know?
Yeah.
This guy just is always finishing really deep on every tournament.
Okay.
That's a good scout, no doubt.
I guess if you don't leave the front door open, the Ling will just get in and gets complete and total scouting of everything in the main, and therefore everything that Bunny is doing right now. Now, I will say Bunny is not the most unpredictable player. In fact, he's getting another barracks here.
2 barracks, so it looks like it's going to be 3 barracks play.
4 barracks play.
He's going up to 5 racks then.
Just like Flash. Just like Flash in Brood War.
Yeah. Bit different here. Doesn't transition as well in StarCraft 2.
Not as good as what Flash would do, is what you're saying.
Well, I would say that as well. It wasn't what I was saying, but I'll go with it. So, yeah, going into the 5 racks play. Yeah, no, I'm feeling really good about my pick on RagnaroK, to be honest. You know, we were talking about this a little bit because we were wondering if that's what TY was going to do, because it's kind of an old build, but you see it pop up occasionally. But going up to 5 racks, like, you basically have to get damage done.
Yeah.
You got to get in there. You got to mix it up. You got to hurt them. You're behind on upgrades. You're behind on economy. You're kind of behind on everything. Now, RagnaroK is getting 2 evolution chambers. He's making multiple spores right now, which kind of shows that he really isn't completely sure as to what's occurring.
Viking going to poke in here now. I don't think he's going to have any real impact so far. But this build is going to commence. I mean, Stim's almost done. The next round of 5 Marines and 2 medevacs are out.
Yeah.
And so, thus, the push activates. Now, where does he go? It looks like at the far, like just a little bit to the right of 12 o'clock position is an ideal place to push in, not much creep. But for now, it looks like he actually wants to push in through the ramp. Okay, no, he's going to loop around.
Yeah. By the way, something I want to mention is that the 1-1 started. I love looking at that in this type of situation as a kind of timer. There needs to be critical damage done before that 1-1 finishes, because if they're even, that's where RagnaroK really starts to wreck.
Well, these Banes are in the way.
Ooh.
Not bad. Widowmine doesn't quite burrow.
Okay, well, he's chased back for the time being. Baneling speed on the way. That 1-1 almost halfway done. A lot of units coming out for Bunny. He's just rallying a straight line right now. The creep spread's pretty good for RagnaroK. Bunny's got to get that damage in soon. It's not out of time yet, but the clock is ticking.
These are empty?
Yeah, that's a fake.
Wow. You got Trick Sword. So he's going to drop right over here.
Trick Sword.
And this is a lot of drones that are vulnerable.
Medevacs are actually taking insane damage here.
Yeah,
Bust the Queen.
Surface area, not bad, though. A lot of these drones will get picked off, but these Banelings are coming up here now. Oh! And he doesn't lift.
Now, quite a bit of damage done to his army right there. The 4 Queens trying to stay alive, backing up a little bit. 1-1 getting closer and closer, but he needs more units out. Bunny might be able to break through.
Yeah, Bunny has RagnaroK on the ropes. The Banelings are not where they need to be. Another drop over here doing some damage.
Oh, 1-1 finishes, but where are the Lings? There's not that many left over. Some are popping out right now. The Banelings get their speed.
Not the best splitting there by Bunny. I think it could have done a lot more, but easier said than done. He's going to regroup down here after clearing up this creep, but RagnaroK is on a 4th base. Bunny needs to really punch some holes in here, or RagnaroK is simply put going to outgrow him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Marines. He's got a lot of medevacs. There's only 3 Queens out right now, so the anti-air just isn't there to push back these medevacs enough. So that healing definitely going to be huge. But Bunny knows he's in a hard spot here against 1-1 and Baneling speed. Killed 11 drones, but is that enough? Looks like he's starting a transition.
This is annoying. Some of these Marines down here are getting chipped away at. RagnaroK is just here to buy time.
That mine is really doing a lot of work.
Okay, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
So it's just these Marines for the time being, which means it's just going to be infantry splitting.
And actually, he's getting some decent connections.
Yeah, he's actually chunking out a few of these Marines here and there. These medevacs still with a decent amount of energy here, so stims will be plentiful for the time being. Queen's coming down now and starting to chip away at these weaker medevacs.
Yeah, really great targeting with those Queens. He has a very small Queen count right now, but it's working out for him. And look at that, those upgrades as well as the Baneling speed paying off in dividends. Lots of Zerglings being created right now.
Yeah, it's a lot more shots to try to take down that Baneling when you have that armor and it's rolling forward at you like that.
Yeah.
And more Banelings are inbound here. I don't believe there was any third. No, I'm sorry. There is a 3rd CC. I stand corrected.
Yeah, he just barely
move that
made
over
that.
there.
And he just started 1-1 as well, but 2-2 is going to get started for RagnaroK. Also, the Hydralisk Den, we saw him start as soon as Bunny pulled back. And that's kind of the signal, I think, that RagnaroK is feeling very good right now.
Yeah.
Because once he gets into Hydras, like already, just straight bioplay with Medivacs is really hard to pull off against Hydralisk Lingbane. Like, again, we've only seen Maru actually win with it at the pro level here in Korea. So, like, if he gets into that he has to be feeling very confident.
Okay, another attack over here. These Lings hitting this CC for the time being. And
oh my god.
Oh man, that was a great play by RagnaroK. 17 SCVs killed. This is going to really mess up the economy here for Bunny just when he gets that third base. Right now, not even with enough SCVs to saturate all of his expansions.
Yeah, look at that. Way too many units rolling down. Bunny has to pick up once again. RagnaroK kind of all over the place. He's got his Hydras on the way. Bunny trying to take out this pool. I mean, that would be a nice pickoff.
Okay, unfortunately, he's not quite able to seal the deal. Okay, now he will. There was not enough good connections there. So the Marines are going to press forward, and that's actually kind of big to take out the pool when this push is still ongoing.
Totally. And look at this. Drops off down here, and as he picks off more and more Lings, there are less and less Lings because he doesn't have a spawning pool.
And maybe that'll give Terran the momentum he needs. +1 infantry attack is done. Armor about 5 seconds away.
All right, that Marauder out front trying to tank, and it does tank a few extra Baneling hits. He picks up and runs.
The pool's about 25% of the way done, so I mean, Bunny can keep swinging here.
Fourth base killed off there as well, but Hydralisks are joining the fray. Bunny now has 1-1. The Hydralisks are super crucial, and of course, if he does get to finish up his 2-2, that's going to be big as well. A lot of Banelings there, but that is not how you want to do them. You don't want to go in single file line into that many Marines.
Okay, good kiting, great kiting. Takes out about 5 Banelings there. The Queen's edging forward. Now, there are Hydras in play. The pool is done. We have a lot of these Lings, though, being used to counterattack, and this expansion is completely undefended.
All right, continuing to try to punch forward right now. The Baneling's kind of stuck behind there. A lot of transfusions going off. Forces a lift on the third base. Gets a bunch of SCVs there as well. Bunny's economy so hurt.
To highlight the economic difference right now, it's 67 workers to 37 drones. But hey, a big win there. He takes out the hatch and swoops away.
Wow.
You know what? I think Bunny might be able to do this.
There's a possibility, but +2 melee just finished, +2 carapace is going to be finishing pretty soon, and he's getting his final Hydralisk upgrade. I think that RagnaroK can still absolutely do this. It's not over by any means, but
RagnaroK needs to get a third base up and running. Looks like that hatchery just finished over there, close to the center of the map.
And he's remaking the other as well, but his upgrades are finishing. You know, he has that spawning pool again, refilling his Zergling count a bit. His army supply is low, and of course that's a very scary thing to see as Zerg, but when you have this many Hydras sitting on top of ramps in creep against someone who has to stay aggressive here and is down 2 upgrades, I think this is still doable.
Yeah, the big issue is that the army of RagnaroK with these upgrades is just so much stronger.
All right, here come the Hydras in, dealing a lot of damage to this army. Has to be careful with the Medivacs as well. Oh, only Hydras though. Where's the rest of the army?
There's a few Banes coming down. I don't know if it's going to be enough though.
Yeah, third base under attack during all of this as well.
Oh my God, and this base is going to go down most surely, but Baneling's coming up from behind.
Oh my God, that save was crucial.
But is it enough? Bunny's continuing to push forward right now. It's just Lings and Hydras and nothing else here to help defend. He might have to pull away these workers.
Yeah, he just needs a little bit more here with these Hydras. The Hydras alone just not enough. A few Banes do roll in. 2 Marines attacking this third base. Oh my God, this third base, if this dies to 2 Marines, this is a very painful thing for Bunny.
It's getting so close on both sides here. Terran continuing to push forward here. There's no Banes in sight. Oh my God, it's so low.
39 health.
So crazy.
That's like, at least it's more health than Bunny has SCVs, but still, it's not very much.
So where does this game go from here? I mean, I feel like if Bunny can just get a few more inches in on his opponent, maybe he can do it. There's a drop that's, it's a fake.
That's a sick fake right there by Bunny. I like that.
He knows everything is so brittle on all other sides. And he has an excess of Medivacs anyways, right?
Yeah. Oh, he got a transfusion off at that third hatch, so that's nice. Trying to punch in with a tiny amount of units and extra Marauders at third, but there was enough Hydras to hold it off. RagnaroK is really stabilizing now. Bunny put him against the ropes, but you know, he's got a good unit composition to actually fight against Bunny at this point.
I don't know if either of those expansions are really going to go down.
Yeah.
It's been close, but close is not good enough.
No.
And there's so many Hydras and Banes now. The resources gathered there have allowed him to really muster a scary army.
This unit set's going to be very hard to continue to fight with as RagnaroK grows. A little bit of counterattacks too. Look, this is a tiny amount of Zerglings, but lost mining time and 3 SCVs is no laughing matter when the economies have been this hurt for this long.
Okay, he's going to try to come in again. This time it's not a fake in the main, but actually a full-on drop. The Queen goes down. Will this draw enough of the forces away? A scan here shows there's still a decent number of Hydras, but not enough to hold this position. The hatchery's still very low.
Man.
We don't see reinforcements coming up here just yet. He's going for the hatch. Does it go down? It does.
Yeah, good pickoff. He trades quite a few units for that. Some Banelings rolling into this third base location. SCVs get pulled.
Those are +2 Banes.
Yeah.
Oh, something blew up there. Okay. There's a lot of Hydras and Banes, though, coming down now. Does Bunny actually have the army to try to fight this? Because Bunny may be spread too thin. Still 34 workers, 4 bases now. Just recently acquiring this one that we have on screenshot.
This is a lot of Ling Bane, and I don't see any mines here. So without the mines, this is going to be very difficult to micro against.
He's going to need 4 monitors to kite out this range.
Yeah, really. Okay, the Bane's actually even connecting with Marauders, and he has so many that it might actually end up working out. Bunny with some pretty good micro overall. Kind of wasteful on these Banelings from RagnaroK, rallying in more and more Zerglings, but his Hydra count is being thinned out massively here. SCV is being pulled. Bunny realizes that he could die here.
Yeah, he's going to have to sack some SCVs to buy a little bit more time. The next 12 Marines are about to be rounded out. But will this be too many worker deaths? Was the sacrifice really worth it? It's 13th now. 11 workers remaining here for Bunny.
This is a tight and crazy game. Look how damaged those medevacs are as well. Picks off the last Hydra that was attacking.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all 4 bases are back online, and there's just not many SCVs. 11 workers doesn't saturate anything.
You have to imagine that Zerg could rinse and repeat and attack in here, but maybe a drop could allow Bunny to divert RagnaroK's attention.
Yeah, possibly. He's really got a micro to win this game at this point. He doesn't have much going on. He's building 6 Marines at a time. Here he comes in with another little attack, but a lot of Hydras here. Those medevacs are so low, he can just pick them off. Comes in and does that, and suddenly those units don't have any staying power whatsoever.
A 5th base being taken here by RagnaroK. Bunny trying to contest, but actually decides that every Marine is too valuable and pulls away. He's stimming up now, trying to push forward. The problem is that the engine that RagnaroK is sitting on can muster an insane army, and there's just not much Bunny can do with it.
Bunny's bringing all of his forces to bear right now. Those Banelings are about to hatch, so it's going to be very difficult to dodge all of those, especially with the Hydras backing them up.
You could have one Baneling connect to each Marine, and you'd still be ahead as RagnaroK right now.
Indeed. Oh, use 2 Banelings to kill 3 SCVs.
It's fine. It's down to 7 workers. I don't see any SCVs even being made here. I feel like Bunny's mentally hit a wall.
It's got 1/10 the workers and 1/3 the army. This is not going to work out. Compositionally, he's behind as well. You know, this was a tight and awesome game, but RagnaroK has most certainly taken it at this point.
Well, he lasted till that 2-2 upgrade. Bunny was really tactically being pretty impressive, but he wasn't able to actually stamp out the building. So, you know, at the end of the day, they're just still mining.
He's still trying to get harassment done. Like, he picks off 6 drones there, but that's not something he cares too much about. RagnaroK's on 5 bases. That's it. GG. All right. Well played.
Not bad.
RagnaroK showing quite a bit of skill there. That was a good hold on the 5 racks. Like, it was tough. It was close. Could have gone either way. But I feel like RagnaroK kept his cool, because it looked a couple times like Bunny might break him, but RagnaroK knew, like, oh, okay, you know what? If I stay here, if I can kind of rally in and do it, it's so hard to transition out of that type of build. And even though it's funny because, you know, eventually he added the 3rd CC and the 2 E-Bays, he got into 1-1, and then he eventually got into 2-2, but, you know,
But you know what, Artosis? Let's not forget that TY was watching that. Someone probably turned to TY and said, so, do you think RagnaroK's pretty good? Do you think you could beat him? And TY probably started laughing. He's laughing so hard he can't breathe. He goes, stop, stop, oh, stop. Because it's the funniest thing he's ever heard.
Oh, my.
He's going to be laying in bed and thinking about it again and just start laughing again. What are you talking about? Of course I can beat that.
Yeah.
I'm TY. But these two players right now, pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, that was a great game. Lost and found. Second set.
Lost and found, more like dead and going to the final match. That's what I call it.
Whoa. So I guess we won't see GSL Atlas SC then.
Nope. Well, let's find out, though. Our players are joining
More
us in the
like
lobby.
GSL Atlas, see you later.
Nice. We truly are the greatest, Artosis.
Greatest of all time.
Players now joining in. The countdown has started. Bunny needs to turn this around. His aggro style is pretty good, but RagnaroK was able to hold on, able to endure, and ultimately shut Bunny down in that game when he only had 7 SCVs remaining. Let's see if Bunny sticks with that style or comes up with something else here on our map, Lost and Found.
Match 2. Fight. Titan EX1. Bunny.
Gas first play from Bunny.
Storm Gaming. RagnaroK.
So maybe a bit more tech heavy coming out of Bunny this time. 5 racks didn't work. It's time for something else. Not sure what he'll bring out here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that 5 racks play was actually probably supposed to work. If you notice, Bunny does not split as well as the other Terrans in GSL.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. He has the idea down, but if you watch someone like Innovation, I mean, they just arc out perfectly, and one Baneling maximum connects with the Marine, but a lot of times you'll see the arcing so perfect that suddenly all the Banelings are just in the middle. They're somehow completely surrounded and gunned down. And Bunny just was hemorrhaging too much.
You know,
wasn't even picking up in time.
It kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, where, you know, you mentioned that Bunny doesn't have a lot to differentiate himself from the other Terrans. And we talked about how Terran is very mechanical, right? Like, there's these base things that, like, these are the first things you got to figure out before you figure out your own style. Like, you got to be able to really micro, like crazy micro. And Bunny, it's not like watching a Beyond or a Mario or an Innovation.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I'm interested to see where Bunny's going to go from this. My first thought was maybe he'll go Hellbat. When someone thinks that they're really screwed, oftentimes go Hellbat against Zerg, and you're like, I don't know, sometimes it works. You know?
Yeah, it has.
But it's getting that second gas, so it's definitely a starport at least it's going to come down.
So, the Reaper's coming out, moving across the map. And we're still waiting to see what kind of game we're really going to have here. Because nothing's clear so far. You know, it's funny because we've had some players who have managed to overcome so much. You know, Gumiho's been in GSL for, well, basically since the beginning. Yeah. And, you know, just recently become a champion. You know, what was it, like last a year ago? Yeah. A little bit under a
year and a couple months, maybe.
Okay.
It was Season 2 last year.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking Season 3 for some reason. So Season 2 last year. He managed to win. And he was a guy that, in some ways, was kind of like Bunny sometimes, where he was pretty good, but not the person we would ever say, oh, he's going to take it this time, right? Yeah. Even when we got to the finals, it was kind of crazy, but he did it. But RagnaroK and Bunny are players, I'd say Bunny more than RagnaroK, who have been in the GSL for a long time. I think Bunny's been in 11 so far. Wow. And, you know, he's just not able to get to that upper echelon. He really is the slower tier.
Well, he doesn't...
I don't think his play is dynamic enough.
The thing is, he's a very good player. You know, the other top players practice with him and stuff. But there is something missing. There's something that's not there in his play that, you know, his micro isn't quite there. His late game we don't really generally get to see.
Well, he doesn't set himself up to be in a late game. He's either won or lost by then. When we saw that last game, he wasn't even remaking his SCVs. It's like he's trying to win an arm wrestling match, you know?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I don't like, there are other players that I think it's exciting when someone pulls a Gumiho, you know? And Gumiho still is one of the best Terrans, there's no doubt. He's like really super strong. I have been putting him above Beyond in my mind for quite some time now. Probably since his victory, really. He's been showing overall better results than Beyond. So I think you can easily put him as a top 4 Terran. Bunny's pretty far away from there, but we have other people popping up. You know, I keep talking about Leenock, and I think it's true, and we'll see how well he does. Now here, it looks like Bunny's switched into mech play. He's made a lot of Hellions early on, a couple Cyclones as well. He has the Armory, so he can make Hellbats. Of course, he has taken his 3rd base minus, so this isn't...
Let's see how this goes.
This isn't all in, but RagnaroK has a lot of Banelings here, so if he can get a good connect...
Oh, these Banelings did not get a good connect at all. In fact, that was about as bad as it could have been, to be honest.
Yeah, and with these Cyclones in here...
Kind of weird this Banshee's pulled away. I guess he doesn't want to have that hit by Queens, but...
I think once you clear the Queens, the Banshee can come in and wreck everything.
Okay, Banelings are coming out.
Yeah, this is good
spreading. Not really doing that much. I guess they finally get over to that corner. That Queen in the bottom goes down, and the Banshee's now out.
Yeah, and this is where it could get dirty. We haven't seen drones going down yet, but this might actually end up being a fantastic hold. Wow. I'm so impressed. Like,
I don't even know what to say.
5 drones died.
When you consider the fact that there were Banelings that were completely surrounded, and the farthest reach of that short Hellbat range was hitting them, and then the second wave came down, it didn't really connect that well with anything. I mean, wow.
Yeah, and like, I mean, this doesn't put RagnaroK into like the best position ever or anything. It's not like he wins the game because of this hold, but I think it was a really good hold. When Bunny's producing this many units early on, it's slowing that 3rd command a little bit, right? It's slowing additional upgrades a little bit. It's slowing additional factories a little bit. So the next push of Bunny is either A, really not going to be strong, or B, coming a lot later. So this gives RagnaroK a ton of time now that he held that, only losing 5 drones. I feel like 5 drones is kind of acceptable.
Oh, it's completely fine.
I mean, sure, Queens died. He had to use a decent amount of Banelings there, but this is... RagnaroK has given himself a chance in this game against a very scary push. That I felt was a micro bomb.
It does highlight the difference between if you go for mass barracks or you're going for factories here, is when you see all those factory units die, it's going to be a little bit before you can remake everything. Oh, wow, a 4th base?
Yeah, he's being awfully aggressive, too. This push-out that he's doing...
It seems like he wants to have his cake and eat it, to be honest. So that CC, it's going to be saved. I mean, he never got the SCV over there.
Yeah, but is this hatchery going to be saved? I don't think so. I think he's actually going to get it.
Let's see. I don't really have a shot of what the army is here for RagnaroK. I know overall supply-wise it's smaller, but yeah, I don't see anything over here.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage very quickly.
Is he going to transfuse this?
I mean, he can, but the tanks are
what am I watching
tons of
here?
damage.
What are these Banelings doing?
They were walking up with the Queens to attack.
Okay, the Lings are coming forward. Doesn't seem like this should be enough. I mean, Roaches are decent. Gets that 1 tank. Maybe he wants to try to kite with these Queens, but I feel like it's just a few shots away on this hatchery from being killed.
Yeah, he's going to lose the hatch. That was like he almost held that. And now he's actually got a bunch of mutas popping out. And these mutas definitely have a bit of potential. The Thor is the main anti-air.
Yeah, well...
Oh, I think he saw it.
the whole army has just been leaning pretty heavily over here on that base. Now, he did knock RagnaroK onto 3 bases. RagnaroK expanding to the bottom right location, but there's no real anti-air here backing him. I mean, a Thor can fight mutas, but not if the Thor isn't there.
Yeah, he's not making another Thor, so I guess he actually did not see those mutas.
Yeah.
Flies right into the main base. Okay, that's going to be some decent economic damage. Of course, this little Thor attack can do a good job as well. It's got to micro it heavily, though. Okay, the Muta's meeting up with, well, no, I guess they're going to stay at that third base.
Okay, some more damage done down here. It's still 17 workers killed. The hatchery might have been destroyed, but a lot of workers have gone down right now for Bunny. We got to see if he even remakes them like he didn't do in the last game. A tank goes down as well. I don't know what's over at that fourth base for Bunny. I'm curious to see if there's defense. The Thor's coming back now, and it looks like that fourth base is going to be fine.
Yeah, it seems like this might be just about the end of what the Mutas can really get done. All right, going to take the sensor tower out. That just is telling us he's coming in to harass more. We see those units moving down right now. In fact, ooh.
Wow, the Ravagers.
Yeah, there's only 3 siege tanks.
That's more than enough. Between Mutas and Ravagers, you can target down any tanks in siege mode. And Roach Ravager's not going to have a hard time, I think, fighting this, especially if they can get to the right angle.
You need a certain massive siege tank.
He never remade this.
Oh, he never made the turrets in the main base?
This is bad. And here comes that big attack now.
Yeah, a couple Thors out there.
Oh, the Hellions not exactly in an ideal position here.
Well, that is a good attack right there. RagnaroK looking nice.
And the last corrosive bile hits that tank. That wipes that out. I think he might be able to run him over here. Oh, gosh, we just caught the tail end of this, though. Some Hellbats over here doing some more damage to that base. Once again, unable to mine there. But Bunny's been forced to lift. Now, there's a planetary at what was the fourth base. I guess we can now call it the third base. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, Bunny has definitely dealt damage a few times and done some nice attacks, eliminating that fourth base and all that, but I have to say, I am more impressed with how RagnaroK's been playing tonight. Like, even against TY when he got 2-0'd pretty convincingly, felt like he was putting out some good moves and some good strategies and stuff, and here we see that even in a game that gets a little bit weird, and he gets caught off guard a couple times in, he's like coming up with good tactical moves and good strategic variation in his play. He's like utilizing the Mutas really well, taking out the sensor tower, coming in for an attack after drawing some units away with the Mutas. Like, there's a lot of good moves going down right now.
Okay, Bunny at 58 workers, the 75 here for RagnaroK. Now, Bunny did spot that base at the bottom right, but he's not going to be able to make a dent in there just yet. Now, mech units are slow and clunky. It's not easy to get over there and really do damage, especially with the static defense that we see being set up over there. So,
it's going to make it harder to just run in with Hellions or anything like that.
Not just that, but it's also going to make it very tempting for RagnaroK to try to counterattack the expansion in the center left if Bunny tries to push the base in the bottom right.
Now, are we going to see a bunch of Vipers pop out? Okay, there they are. This is actually a crucial moment right now because in this type of situation, when you've gone just straight up into mech and you're playing against someone who has roaches out, you generally want to try to hit before the Vipers are ready. And a lot of times it comes down to, like, are the blinding clouds good?
Yeah.
Can you hit just perfect blinding clouds and hit with your roaches at the right time that you're actually efficient? Otherwise, the siege tanks can just completely wreck you. But Bunny's not really ready for an attack because of how weird this game has been. And the fact that there's 3 Vipers out right now, and he's starting a Greater Spire, the window for Bunny here to make this mech army do its work and get a quick victory is almost closed.
That's right.
The game's going to get very long.
Bunny never sets up that well for the late game. And RagnaroK continues to grow. He's got to be careful. This large army is coming out here. He wants to try to wipe out these roaches. But then again, these roaches don't have a lot of equity in the late game. You're going to be kind of fine trading them off. I mean, for instance, this is a great way to use them to try to gun down a tank.
Oh my God, those upgrades are just insane.
It's pretty sick, man.
Like, no, that should be dead. That tank should be dead. Upgrades are good at this game. Okay, now the actual army of Bunny can beat the army here of RagnaroK. We need those Vipers to come over if RagnaroK is going to be able to hold here. This push is really scary. Yeah, Bunny may not be max, but that is 120 mech supply.
RagnaroK needs to handle this correctly, or he may end up screwing this up. Here we go. Blinding clouds blanketing the area as Hydras begin to come in and do so much damage, but Hellbats drop right in front of these Hydras to soak up the initial shots, and as those blinding clouds disappear, the siege tanks do the rest of the damage, and Bunny may have just flipped this game, especially with a tank push down here in the bottom right. Are you kidding me?
Strong push coming out of Bunny right there. It was well executed too. Things started to go wrong for him a couple times, but he's kept the pressure on the entire game. I gotta say, I actually really like his mech play over his bio play, and not just because he won his game. Like, he did some nice things. The little pushes he did, that first push definitely caught RagnaroK a bit. The second push killed the 4th base. And here he is with the killing blow. He was 25 supply down, and he had 4 siege tanks down bottom, so that's like 12 supply down there. So, you know, that's good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was bad. Okay, I actually think RagnaroK's dead.
Yeah.
He's right at the point where all the rallies would connect. This is kind of a disaster. In fact, that's it. GG.
Okay.
Bunny.
Really close series here.
Bunny.
First close one of the night, to be honest.
Bunny.
Yeah.
Looking good. All right. He's got to win one more, though. Neither of these guys are having a good time.
I'm having a good time. That was a really good game on both sides, in my opinion.
But you're not neither of those guys. You're not either of those.
I'm literally neither of those guys.
Yeah, excuse me. You're not either of them. So what I was trying to say is both Bunny and RagnaroK are having a rough time in this losers match.
Like,
TY is sharpening his blade.
Yeah. He's putting on his Executioner's hood right now.
That's right.
It was already on. He took it off to watch Game 3.
Yeah. He's about to execute one of these winners.
Yeah.
I'm like, TY, is that you? He's looking at me all upset through the eye holes that he has on that black hood. Like, man, I'm supposed to be anonymous.
Yeah. Okay. A quality couple of games there. Both of them really neck and neck.
Whew. Look at Bunny getting in the zone here.
This could have been 2-0 either way already. All right, GSL Atlas SE. 4-player map, so probably will play out a bit different from what we've seen.
Match 3, fight! Titan EX1, Bunny.
Nice kitchen tiles on this map.
Look moldy to me.
Yeah.
That's mildew right there. Needs to be clean.
Storm Gaming, RagnaroK.
We need to have a map where they have a shag rug. It's a tile set.
Isn't that Abyssal Reef?
Nice. Okay. Do you miss Abyssal Reef at all?
No. It was a great map.
I think it had its run.
But I was getting a little bit sick of everyone being able to get 5-6 bases and it maxing out. Like, I do love maxed battles a lot. But I also, you know, there needs to be... I would rather the max battles be a little bit more rare, you know? I want to see a bit more action. I think I got enough max battles over the course of the end of Wings of Liberty, all of Heart of the Swarm, and then
the early part
Abyssal
of
Reef and Legacy of the Void. Yeah.
We're in some more action-packed games here.
I like regular Legacy of the Void, not Abyssal Reef as much. Even though it's a great map and probably the best we ever had.
So, we're looking at this game right now. I got to point out the 2 previous games. Bunny tried to be, he tried to push. It almost worked, and he did infantry that time. In Game 2, with some aggressive mech style, and it did work. So, what do you think Bunny's thinking? Does Bunny want to go back to that infantry unit composition because maybe he wants to try that again and get a win there with that? Or is it more advisable for him to stick with mech? Or does it really not matter at all because this map is so different?
Well, it is a giant map. I don't know what his plan is going to be. Oh, that was almost really nice. Because it's such a big map, I feel like he'll go bio. Ooh, he got a drone!
Oh! Almost got a second one, too. Kind of crazy. So, there's the third... Ooh!
That is
sneaky. Hidden location. You know, this can work sometimes on big maps.
Yeah.
I was surprised, because for a long time in StarCraft 2, we didn't really see that. This style used that often.
Are those surfboards? Are there a ton of surfboards on this map? Because this says maximum security, so it seems like their main base is on a prison. Imagine that. You're a drone being attacked by Hellions and you burrow, and then suddenly a bunch of prisoners shank you and you die anyways.
Okay, the Reaper's chased out.
Keep your eye out for things that look like surfboards. I need a second opinion on this before I decide that they're surfboards.
Okay, I'll be watching Artosis.
See?
Oh, they're there. Those are totally surfboards.
Right?
Are you kidding me?
Where's the
A
beach?
Hydra could fit on that surfboard so easily, too.
I guess there is beach here, actually. In the
Well, there's
in the
sand, right?
sides. Yeah, there's
Is that
beach.
water over there?
Yeah. Well, that middle you don't want to surf in because there's no waves.
No, but you could get on your tummy and paddle.
That's where I would surf.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no sharks in
I'm
here.
like, I'm still trying to learn how to balance on the board. I can't quite get up there. I don't have the upper body strength. So, note it looks like a 2-base Zerg, but it's not. He's turtled up, and I think Bunny might be scratching his head saying, what the hell's going on here? What are you going to do, huh?
It's hard to scout.
I need to defend.
It's like hard to scout down there. That did not work. Shot his own Hellion trying to kill that creep tumor and instead lost his own Reaper and lost it. That third base, yeah, I'm talking really well. He's just shaking his head at me. The third base on the bottom left, it's just so far away and it's a 4-player map. So it's like a very good mind game here from RagnaroK.
We saw this used a lot in periods in Brood War. Sometimes still is, where you just throw a base out there. And
yeah.
A lot of times people just aren't looking for it, especially if it's been several matches in a row. And they're thinking, okay, what the hell's going on here, huh?
Oh, he's looking for it now. He's like, okay, where is your
It's not there. Let's check up here. Nope. What about down here?
Oh.
No? Well, just for good measure, I better check up here. Ah!
Aha! Cowabunga, dude.
Sayonara, sucker.
Is Cowabunga something surfers say? Or am I just totally out of it?
Well, it's something Ninja Turtles say.
But
And
they're
they
like
did
surfers,
surf.
right?
They did. Well, they skated and they surfed. I mean, they could do it all, land
surf
and
in the
water.
sewer.
Yeah. I believe they used to. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, now Hellions are on the way. This is not looking good for our Zerg player.
No. Well, you know, when you take a risk and you get caught.
This is where you make 5 spines with those drones.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What's going on?
He has to know that there are drones here. Those drones did not get recalled to the main Zerg hatchery. There they are.
He's still got a Nidus.
That's damage, man. That's a lot of damage.
Look at
he
that.
He sees that there's
the
all these roaches.
Away too. Ouch.
Yeah. This is looking really good for Bunny right now. Well, RagnaroK, you wanted to hide a hatchery. You wanted to hide a base. This happens sometimes when you hide a base.
Well, you know, even though he spotted that base, one thing that we got to point out is that it's still a long distance to get down there. Oh my gosh. Now he's going to fly out with these medevacs. I don't know what is actually defending back.
A
It's like a
siege
tank.
tank and 2 bunkers.
Oh.
There's no way these roaches do anything.
Yeah.
So now they have to just turn around. The 2 medevacs are coming. Oh god, there's 2 Hellions in his main base somehow.
Yeah. So these are here now. One more shot. Takes insanely long for those to die.
Yeah.
Now, where's that drop?
+1 carapace. I didn't know that affected Hellion hits, but it seems like it does. Hey, he's been hitting his in-check. Look, all those larvae.
For this hatchery that should be killed.
Yeah, that hatchery's gone.
Okay, so this is long gone. One Marine coming down here to check and make sure there's no drones hiding. There is not. So that plan did not work out. Now, that doesn't mean that RagnaroK's going to lose, but it's definitely an uphill fight. The investment in that base, the fact that the drones are killed there, the fact the hatch is finally gone. He never really got to reap the fruits from that expansion. So this kind of sucks. Another drop coming in here now. Again, with roaches, you can kind of drop wherever you want. And then once the roaches get there, you pick up and run away. And Zerg's just running around putting out fires. So why not drop in the main here as well?
Yeah, we saw he was getting burrow, so I guess it's probably burrow and burrow movement coming, right?
Oh, look at this. He's right out of vision. He's bringing creep over there. He's like, I better check and make sure he doesn't drop here. Drop it. Drop. Do it. Do it. Drop the other. Okay, whatever. He's going to drop the rest out now. Another big kill here. Wow. And he's actually going to go for this lair. Wow. Queen now getting gunned down. Roaches coming up here. Not enough roaches, though. Going for the Evo Chamber. Good night. Evo Chamber gone. And there's just enough Marines here. I'm surprised he didn't pick up a little bit quicker here, but I can't really be too critical since Bunny's playing so well. Now, Bunny and RagnaroK both share the right side of the map. The fact this expansion is just now landing over here means it's going to be a pretty good point to push from.
Yeah, this is like the road to victory is really clear for Bunny. Continue to get upgrades and make units. For RagnaroK, you got bro movement, and now Bunny even sees that because of the graphical change on roaches. Like, even if you unburrow this here, it doesn't do anything.
Oh,
and it goes into turret range.
Oh, don't do that.
It's just there. I can't even come up with something for RagnaroK to do. Like, he needs several engagements to go his way, it seems like, and then he still can't kill him, but maybe he can get even. You know?
Yeah. Okay, the Marines are doing some damage down here. It's really RagnaroK just trying to get back on top in this game. Now, he has a decent army. It's not the ideal army when you get later on into this game. And again, every time that he drops somewhere, RagnaroK goes to clean it up, and a drop comes somewhere else again. Oh my god, he's going to get that hatchery. Look at this.
Well, damage
this is
everywhere.
Just disgusting, Artosis.
Yeah, RagnaroK is down in army supply when his army is completely Roach Ravager. And if you're up by 40 army supply, then it's like, maybe you win. Here it's... He's like trying to put out a ton of fires all at once, and like he's at the ocean, so it should be easy, but it's not.
No hatchery remade over there. Wow, another drop comes in. He's going to try to get some of these medevacs. Looks like he'll get at least one of them.
I think
but this many Marines, man.
Yeah, at this point, like, Bunny doesn't need to do this anymore. He's done enough damage. Bunny can go home and just macro.
God.
Oh, man.
It just gets worse. There's so many drones down here. I think he actually almost sent too many to begin with. Look at this. He's just going to target down every single drone. You're right, Artosis. He doesn't need to do this, but he has the right to do this. He can do a lot of different things this game, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, not the cleanest game here, but kind of doesn't matter. Infantry armor level 2 is almost done. And here comes that push. Now, this should just knock RagnaroK out of this tournament.
Yeah.
And I think RagnaroK made some unnecessary risks here.
He's up 2 upgrades with Marauders and tanks. So, yeah. Well, he did. You're right. I mean, he took that hidden base as
no
his
need
third.
to do that.
You don't have to. You know, I feel like if you're going to take the hidden base, why don't you take it as your 4th? The 3rd is like something that Terran's always going to search for. There's like this tiny period where they might be like, oh, are you Nidusing me? Oh, you're not? Okay, so you have a 3rd somewhere, right? It's like, oh, are you just really bad? Wait, no, we're in the GSL. You're really good.
So these Ravagers are slowly getting wrecked. And, I mean, this is so much of an investment that RagnaroK had put in here. I don't know how much longer RagnaroK's going to stay in this game. The push is going to reinforce momentarily. The tanks have basically gone untouched. They don't even need the tanks here to try to win this fight against the Ravager Roaches. Drops happening elsewhere on the map. Everything is getting torn apart. The fabric of RagnaroK's base is just disappearing.
Yeah. He's got almost nothing left. Like, most of his buildings are even dead. Is he going to play until he's completely eliminated?
Yeah, the last building goes down.
It's like just an extractor?
Nope, I guess he won't. GG, Bunny wins.
Okay.
Bunny, bunny, bunny.
Bunny. All right, that was actually a really good series, though. Games 1 and 2 were both fantastic. And you can see his old teammates going over and giving him a little pat on the back. It's a tough night for RagnaroK. It's a tough group, though.
Both teammates on CJ before. Unfortunately, Bren turns to foe as Bunny eliminates RagnaroK. Now we have Bunny versus TY.
Yeah, and one final thing about RagnaroK. I thought he actually played pretty well tonight. I did like his play. But this is the GSL Code S, and that's not necessarily enough to get you to the next round.
We're going to a break. We'll be back with the final match just after this.